Hi, my name is Shivam and from today we are going to start a Dart series. In this Dart series, we are going to cover topics from basic to advanced, from OOPS concept, variables, functions, etc. If you require any topics to be discussed regarding Dart, you can comment below. So let's start with the Dart installation in the Windows system. If you don't have Windows or some other OS, you can follow the Dart documentation to install according to it. If you still face some problem to installation, you can use this Dartpad online editor. So in this you can practice basic Dart programming in this video. You can go to this link and download the Dart according to your OS. I am downloading the Windows setup here. This is an online installer which will install the updated version of Dart and also set an environment variable on my system. If you are facing some issues regarding Dart installation, you can ask questions. Till then, you can use this online Dart compiler and practice all our exercises. So first create a directory where you are going to save all your files. I am using this variable folder. Now create a new file and write a main function in it. The main function is the entry point of the Dart program. The program will start from here and then save this file in the same directory. Now we can start our programming from here. So first we will check whether Dart compiler is working or not. We are going to print a sample program, print hello, save it, and then open PowerShell window in the same directory and type dart main.dart. This will execute our program. The hello is print, that means our program is working fine. In every programming language, the first data type we discuss is the integer variable that is used to store whole numbers. To declare integer, type integer I is equal to 12 and then we will print this value. If you have worked with any programming language before, this syntax might be familiar for you. Now let's try to override this value with a decimal point. The error shows double cannot be converted into integer. That means this variable can store only whole number. So for decimal part we use another data type, double. So here we are declaring a double value. Pi is equal to 3.14 and then print it. Now there will be no error. I will also print some labels here also so you can differentiate the values within the terminal. Let's try to override this value with another decimal point. The value is printed, but you can see I have stored 2 but it prints 2.0 because it's an implicit type conversion. That means integer is already converted into double to store into a double variable, but a double value cannot be converted into integer implicitly. Dart is another data type, num data type, that can store whole number as well as decimal point. It can be used when you don't know whether the whole number will be a result or a decimal point will be a result. So you can store both the values. Let's declare a num variable here. Num c is equal to an integer value and let's print it. As you can see, the value is printed. Now let's type the data type also. Here you can see the data type of this variable is integer. That means whatever the value you assign, it will convert into that data type. Now let's override this value with a decimal point. As you can see, the value and the data type has been changed. That means in the num variable, you can store integer and double and can change value anytime. Here is an example. As you can see, the 4 divided by 2 can be stored as an integer, but sometimes calculation as 4 divided by 3 can be stored as a decimal. Next data type is Boolean. Boolean is used to store only two values, either true or false. Let's declare a Boolean value, is absent or false. Boolean is used in the condition based statement, that means whether the result is true or false. Next data type is string. String is used to store the sequence of characters, that is a sentence. It can be used to store a sentence, a SQL query or any other statement in the program. Let's declare a string variable, string str equals any sequence of characters. Let's first understand how string works. So here is a string Nawoki that contains 6 characters. That means its total length is 6. So let's say what will be the position of n. For us it will be first position, but for the programming it will be 0, because programming starts counting from the 0 number. Again for the letter V, the position will be 2 for the programming, and hence the actual length will be not from 1 to 6 but actually 0 to 5. The string data type also contains some special functions to manipulate the data. We are going to practice some functions of it, but most of the functions you will use while working on the real world application. So the first function in the string is the substring. The substring creates a part of the strings and return it as a new string. Here I have mentioned 2 as an index. So that means it will create a substring from index number 2 to the end of the string. Within this function, if we mention both the starting and the ending point, then it will create a substring from particular starting point to the end point. Let us suppose I am mentioning index number 2 and the 4. So it will create a substring from index 2 till 4 minus 1, that is 3. So the new string that will be created will be actually from index number 2 till index number 3. As this leaves the last index that we have mentioned and pick the last index minus 1 position. Next is the length. We can find a number of characters within this string. So if we type str.length, it will give the total number of characters within the string. So the next function is to uppercase. So what it will do, it will convert all the lowercase characters in a string to the uppercase characters. Till now we have declared a variable and initialized the value. Now let's suppose we declared a variable and does not initialize any value. So let's see what the default values are printed in the variables. As you can see, all the values are null. That means all the data types contains initial value as null. It is recommended to initialize a variable with some default values. If I change the integer value of the roll, as you can see the value is changed and it's not null anymore. So previously we saw num can be used to store both decimal and integer part. There is a var keyword also that can be used to store any type of data type and its value. Let's declare a variable of var type. So I have mentioned the values as integer and printed its data type also. As you can see, the value and the data type assigned is integer type. Now let's try to override the value with a decimal point. Now you can see the error, the double cannot be assigned to the integer. That means once the var variable data type has been assigned, it cannot be changed to other. Now let's declare another var data type as string. So the string data type will be assigned in this var2 variable. Similar to var data type, there is also another keyword, dynamic. As var we can use to store any type of data type and store any type of value once. Dynamic and var are almost same. To declare a dynamic variable, type dynamic var and variable name and assign any type of value. This data type is used when you don't know what type of data you are receiving from the server end. Here I have declared a dynamic variable var4 with an integer value. Let's print this value. The value and the data type is integer. Now let's try to override this value with another data type. Now you can see the value and data type both are changed. That means in dynamic you can change the value as well as data type during the compile time. If we try to put another data type in the same variable, the dynamic data type again changed to string. In var you are restricted to use only one data type, while in dynamic you can choose any type of data type during the program execution. Our next keyword is final keyword. So to declare a final keyword, type final integer variable and assign some value, and let's print this value. Now let's try to change the value of same data type. As you can see, it is not allowed. Even I am mentioning the value as an integer only. So in the final, once the value is assigned, it cannot be changed throughout the program. To declare a final variable, you don't need to mention the data type. You can mention final keyword with the variable name. It will automatically assign the data type according to the value you assigned. It has same syntax as you used in the var type. Similar to final keyword, there is a keyword constant. Constant can be used same as the final. That means once the value is assigned, it cannot be changed throughout the execution. I am trying to change the value with another double value 3.147. But it cannot be changed. Then what's the difference between the final and the constant? If we initialize an object with the constant, then we cannot change even the content of that object. Blog link of this video is in the description. If you like our video, like, subscribe and share.